All right, ladies and germs, we're back. Fourth video of this walkthrough series. We are almost done not doing content. Ugh. Now, for those of you who are wondering, if you're coming across this video a little bit later, for some reason YouTube is kind of dumb, and my full walkthrough prep live stream is not available on YouTube for some reason. Now, I streamed it to YouTube. I also streamed it to Rumble. I know my stream is good because Rumble has the full 4-hour live stream. However, YouTube only has 40 minutes. Oh no. So I'm in the process of downloading the live stream from Rumble so I can re-upload it to YouTube. But you can always just catch my Rumble page if you want to watch the full live streams. They have no playlist function on YouTube, or on Rumble rather, which they really need to get playlists. Like, they really need to do that. That would be so great if they could do that. But until they do that, I will still be uploading my walkthroughs in short form. Only to YouTube, because YouTube has playlists. All right, I'm not going to clutter up my Rumble page with live stream and then, walkthrough pages and other non-streamed games and have to have people scroll through it. We're not going to do that. All right, so we're here. We need to run, and we need to run and not stop running. Because we're going to get hit by their little bullshit, and we need to get to this grace, and we need to rest at this grace. So everything here is like super dangerous, and so we kind of don't want to mess with it if we don't have to. Pick up that rock grease while we're here, totally fine, and then we're gonna go out the door. And once we get out, get up on Torrent. Then we're just gonna kind of go over to the right. Again, everything here is super dangerous. So we kind of just wanna, we got some aggro, so we're just gonna run. We're gonna get this invisible fucker here in a second, but we got aggro on us. We don't want to deal with that. That will murk the shit out of us. And so we just want to go grace, hit the grace, press the grace, and then we can go back. Now, it's very important that while we're here in the swamps of Aeonia, that you do exactly what I say. For two reasons. One, all this red goop that we're in, this is rot. That'll tick up like poison, but it's like super poison. And you'll take a lot of damage over time if you have rot built up. So that's one. Two, in the swamps of Aeonia, there is an NPC called Millicent. And she is like super badass. And she'll murk your shit. So you can't really beat her at the stage of the game where we are. We're basically still level 1. Basically, we've put no points into anything, and we've got no gear. We just woke up and we're like, oh, we're gonna go for a ride. That's where we're at. So we're not gonna mess with that. So from this grace, we're gonna go straight east. And then we're going to go south, kind of towards this way from that map mark. And that will keep us from meeting Millicent Swamp, and that'll keep us from having a bad day. Because remember what I said when I started this walkthrough? All right, no stress. And we're going to have a good time. We're not going to have any stress. We're not going to feel bad, right? So we kind of want to avoid Millicent because she'll give us stress and make us feel bad. Right, down the hole. Open the door. Open the chest. Hit rock sling. And run. Get back up on torrent. And now while you're on torrent, as you can see, we're not getting rot built up. That's one of the reasons why we just want to stay on torrent. We don't have to deal with the rot build. Alright. We're going to come around the backside here. Get the meteorite staff. You can barely stay on that little edge there if you run like towards the wall. You should be good. Alright, then we're going to run right towards our map marker. Now there is a little shiny. We can try to get him. He's one of the ones that teleports. If we miss and he teleports, not a big deal. We were able to get him. We couldn't get him in the live stream, but we got him here. So that's fine. If you can't get him now, don't worry about it. Just leave him alone. He teleports around. We'll come back with a bow on the live stream, and then I'll cut in that content here once we do that. I'll cut that into the appropriate video. So dodge those guys, come around the top here, and we're gonna come to this grace. And while they're just doing that, we're gonna rest of the grace. All right, that'll reset them. We're gonna make it daytime. I want to make sure we're at daytime. So it's evening. We're gonna make it daytime. We're gonna rest until morning. Because that night boss is about to pop, and we don't want to play with the night boss. Ugh. We don't want to play with anything in Caelid right now. Alright. So that's done. Come over here. And we're going to head towards the bonfire. You see our little map marker obelisk there? Going to run right towards that. We're going to pick up the map marker. Gonna open our map. Got our Caelid map. Remove that map marker. Got one more thing to do. And it's gonna be about as hard, if not harder, than running into Castle Morn for our Claymore. Alright, so just be prepared for that. Alright, still we're just running by this guy. Fine, he's a boss. He's got loot. I get it. We're just running by this guy. Totally fine. We're not doing stuff yet. We're almost there. We're almost to the point to where we're doing stuff. All right, but not yet. All right, so we're going to be heading to a church. You can kind of see it right in front of us here. Approach the church from the side. Do not go in the front. Approach the church from the side. Do not go in the front. One more time for those in the back who didn't hear me. Got a little bit of a rebellious spirit. Do not go in through the front of the church. Go in through the side. When we leave the church, we are going out the opposite side, not out the front. When we leave the church, we are going out the opposite side, not out the front. Now, why is that? Well, there is an NPC invader who at this point in the game will absolutely destroy you. And her trigger is anybody going in or out the front of the church. So we're not going to go in or out the front of the church. We're going to go in the side and out the side. All right, pick up that butterfly. Then come over here to the left into this building. We're going to grab the boluses. All right, we're going to get back on Torrent. Come into this barn. Gonna get the golden rune. All right, we're gonna get out. Now, this is the last piece of loot that we need to get. And it's the hard one. It's the hardest one. All right, over to my left, there's a cart. See if we can see it here. It's there. In the back of that is the greatsword. It's Guts' greatsword. It's an iconic greatsword. Strength weapon. Probably the only strength weapon that you're going to use in the entire game until you get Godfrey's axe at like the second to last boss fight. Right? So we're going to go grab that. But it's guarded by that bird and 2 massive dogs. And they do not want to be your friend. Alright, so come down, jump off, grab this, keep mashing the open button. Alright, roll, get up, go, get on Torrent. Just keep hitting the sprint button. You don't need to, but it makes me feel better. You only need to tap the sprint button once to get Torrent to sprint, but it makes me feel better to just keep smashing it. And look, we got away. And we got the greatsword. Perfect. Now we're just going to go rest to drop our aggro so we can teleport out of here and actually start doing content in earnest. Alright, that was the last thing we needed to get. So now we can start actually doing content. Alright, open up the map. And the hub for us, for content, to start with, for this entire episode is going to be the Church of Ella. Okay, so we're going to go to the Church of Ella. Now, get on our horse. Go out the church. Kind of go around the back. Or you could have gone out this other side. It's totally fine either way. We're going to head south. We're going to go towards the beach. All right, there's an item that we need to pick up at the beach, and it's very important for us. And we need it if we want to do any dungeons coming up. So we're going to go grab that. So now we're in content mode. Now we're in let's get stuff mode. We're in content mode now, right? So you see this guy in front of us. Well, troll, kind of being a dick. We're gonna leave him alone. We don't need to kill him. But you see this guy in front of us right here, the little Twinkle Steps, Mr. Twinkle Steps here. We're gonna go kill Twinkle Steps, right? We want to sit right on his path, right? Which is about right here. That's pretty good. About right here. Right here. And then when he gets close enough, we're going to swing. Right, we're going to get our Ash of War stamp sweep. Alright, from there, I'm just going to ride along. We're going to dip into a cave, but we're not going to do the cave yet. Alright, we're going to do the cave. We're going to do the cave last. Alright, here's the cave. We're going to dip into the cave. We're just getting the grace. Alright, we want that grace. Alright, let's kill these guys here. They want to play, let's play. Alright, it's playtime now. I got your string, bitches. Now what? And your rainbow stones. What are you gonna do about it? So what we're coming over here for is we're a melee character. All right, we didn't start with a bow, and we're really gonna need one. Like the second dungeon that we get into, in like 5 minutes, we're gonna need a bow. So we're gonna buy a bow, and we're gonna buy like 30 arrows, 20 arrows. That should be enough.
Well, be on your way.
All right, now we're gonna go back to the Church of Ella. Alright, and from the Church of Ella, we're going to get on Torrent. I don't know if you can hear that when my microphone's keyed up while I'm talking, but that's rain. It's the rainy season where I'm at. It's typhoon season. So, you know, and it only rains in the evening and at night. It never rains during the day. But when it does rain, it rains a lot. So, if you hear that, that's rain. Alright. Got these guys coming. Is this guy aggroed onto me? Nope. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to go inside. We're going to go into the cave. We're going to get the summoning pool. The summoning the summoning pool has nothing to do with us. If you cast your gold summon sign, you can cast your gold summon sign to multiple summoning pools, and it'll only cast it to summoning pools that you have open. So that's why I touch them. So when I cast out my gold summon sign, I get as many summoning pools as possible to help people. That's for me. You don't have to do that. If you're playing offline, you definitely don't need to do that. Alright, so let's deal with these wolves here. Alright, so we got the big wolf. Alright, wolf's down. Got one more wolf over here. And there should be 2 more wolves down there. I don't think there's any more wolves up here. No, there's one. He decided he didn't want to go up. That's fine. Those are down. The jumping attack on that guy. Jumping attack on that guy. Alright, we got all our fireflies. We got our glowstone. Alright. So now we have the Beastman of Farum Azula. It's going to be a real easy fight. We have our own wolves. We're going to summon our wolves in. And they're largely going to keep this guy staggered the entire time. And we can just, you know, go after it. I'm trying to get off a backstab while my wolves have him distracted. I'm not finding the sweet spot in the back in order to be able to do that. So I might just go with charged attacks, get him to stagger. Alright, he's down. All right, so he's done. We're going to go back to the Church of Ella. And we're going to spend some of our runes. Now, we're going to go 1 into strength, 1 into dex, 1 into strength. And then the next one will be in the dex. Now, we haven't got Bloodhound Fang yet. We haven't done the quest to get him. Alright, so let's talk to Kale while we're here. I did it much earlier in the live stream, but we can't even use it yet.
The howl, I suppose.
So
Next time you don't fret. I just have.
we're not going to do that just yet, but that is going to be like the 4th dungeon that we do.
Goodbye.
We're going to do these 3 that are here near the Church of Ella. Then we're going to head over to the Mistwood. Then we're going to talk to the guy that's howling, Blythe. And then once we talk to Blythe, then we're going to go kill the guy that has the Bloodhound Fang, right? And then by then, we should have enough runes to get enough levels to use the Bloodhound Fang, right? All right, that's the button. So we're gonna get ambushed here on the side. Pull back. This dude's getting kind of wild. All right. Did we level up our flasks? Yeah. Okay. Since I'm doing this recording after the live stream, I'm like, did I do everything I was supposed to do? Alright. Let's get this guy. Come in here. Go. I don't know if he's gonna come down. If he doesn't come down, we're not gonna... We can mess with him in a little bit. But if he doesn't want to come and play, that's fine. Doesn't look like he's gonna come and play. Okay, so and this is why we needed the bow. Alright, because we're gonna have to deal with that fire trap. So. Alright, put the bow. Alright, we've got to get him down too. Alright, now that he's down, let's deal with this. So you want to stand back. You're going to hit both of your left buttons to bring up the targeting reticle. And then you can just do a basic attack. That's going to drop the fire column, and then you're good to go. We're gonna have to do that twice on here, and we're also gonna need to use our bow and arrow to pull out these little gremlins, because here in the next part they don't like to come out and play. And you see how it's going down? So Now, when we fight these guys, we want to kind of fight away from the column, but there's not a lot of space, so we want to fight, you know, in a place with a column where if it comes up, we're not going to get hit by fire. So right here, this is a good spot to stand. We're going to get them to come down. And that guy is also being... So he was being kind of dumb on stream. Being kind of dumb now. We're going to get his buddy. And then once we get his buddy... Now he wants to play. Alright. So we're going to drop these guys down one by one. That way we don't have to deal with them all dogpiling us all at once. We'll just make this little section easier. This is all of the enemies in the dungeon, by the way. After this, there's 3. There's 3 more of these guys left. After we kill all of them from this spot. In the entire dungeon. So this is where all of the enemies are, just gathered right around here. Pick this up. Gonna go up this ladder. We're running out of time on the stream. I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna go back and do the coastal cave, and that's it. That's cut off. Alright, I said there was 3 enemies left in the dungeon, right? Well, here's one. Alright, oh, we got the imp cat head. That's nice. That gives, is that the stamina one or the agility one? Let me look. It's a rare drop. Not a guaranteed drop. So... Alright, so it adds an intelligence. But yeah, that's not a guaranteed drop. That's a rare drop. Oh, I was wrong. There was an additional one of these. Forgot about this one. So there was 4 extra enemies. I forgot about the 2 in here. There was one out there, there was one down there, plus these 2 in here. So that's 5. 4. 5. God, I can't count. Nicole. You got me. That was actually my fault. That one was on me. That was my bad. Alright, well, and we didn't pull the lever, so now we gotta go basically back through the whole thing. That's... But I think... No, they don't, actually. I thought that before, and they didn't. I was gonna say, I think our flame towers stay down. They don't. So now we have to do the flame towers again. But they both came down this time. So that was nice and helpful. Okay. And we got our runes back, so it's no big deal. Forked hatchet. Oh, nope, they did stay down. All right, perfect. Now, the ghost root does not come back. So that plant that we got down there, was that the gravewort? The gravewort that does not come back. So we don't need to go down there. So those guys can largely just fuck off. No need to deal with them. You do need to deal with this. And we got our glovewort here that we didn't get last time. Alright, so we got that. And we got our ashes. Don't need to worry about getting our ashes again. We don't need to go into the other room and deal with the other guys there. So it's just this guy here. And we get this. We're going to pull this lever. When you pull the lever, you're going to get a message at the bottom of your screen. You need to hit A or what is that? Circle? No. X. A or X on Xbox or PlayStation, because if that message is on your screen, you can't actually do anything. All right, so now we're gonna go into the boss room, take that off, put our helmet back on. We don't really need the helmet, but we're gonna put it back on anyway, because my character here, he has a face for helmets. All right, so we're gonna summon our dogs. And now we're going to smack this guy. We got him vulnerable. Tap him up. Finish him off. Alright, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Alright. So we're going to leave it here. We're going to go back to the Church of Ella. And we're going to leave it at the Church of Ella. Alright, because we're at 32 minutes. I don't want to go too much more than that. So I will catch you all in the next video. And, if you're liking this so far, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.